Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. My name is Wendy, and in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you some more meals that we ate this month. So for tonight's supper, I am going to be taking a whole chicken and putting it into the crock pot. I've already prepped my crock pot, sprayed it with nonstick spray. I've got the rack in, I sprayed that. I put not even a quarter cup of water in there because you have to have water to help get these crock pots going. I've already washed the chicken. This is our last whole chicken from last year, and we're gonna eat it up today. I just threw some seasonings together. Onion powder, garlic powder, little bit of thyme, smoked paprika, and I think that's it. I didn't do any salt. And I'm just going to coat the bird the best that I can. Yep. Found some stuff on the inside still that I don't want. I cleaned it out. It had a little bag of goodies. I didn't feel like dealing with them today. You can save that, roast it, use it as stock, use it in with your chicken stock. I just seriously didn't feel like dealing with it. So there we are. I'm not going to bother doing the bottom because it's going to be dripping down. And as you see, I folded the tips under. That'll help hold it up. Just gonna put it in there. Let me wash my hands and I'll be right back. Got it in the sleeve, turned it on high just to get it warmed up, but I am gonna turn it down to low for 4 hours and I'll check it throughout the day. We are about 2 hours in. It's down on low. It still has quite a bit of cooking to be done, but I just thought I'd peek on it and it looks really good and it smells really good as well. With that crock pot chicken, I'm going to make a gravy packet. I'm only gonna make one. I'm gonna make some stuffing to go along with it, and I'm gonna do a foil packet, put these in the oven and roast them, in the oven like I've shown you before. If you wanna check my playlist as far as some of the foods that we ate, I have shown that before, and that is what we're gonna have to go along with that crock pot chicken. I'm not gonna really call it roasted chicken because in a crock pot, things don't really roast. So it's a crock pot chicken for supper tonight. I wasn't gonna show it, but I'm just going to do my foil packet, and there's a lot of ice crystals in this cauliflower, so I'm gonna pull the cauliflower out by hand instead of dumping it. I don't want all that ice in with this. And this needed to be eaten up because it's starting to looks like to get some freezer burns. So I'm glad I grabbed it. Okay. Broccoli is fine. I'm not going to put all those crumbs in there with it. I don't want that because you don't get it in your food anyway, so. All right. Hopefully I've got enough foil here. Kind of fold the ends up just to help so that when you do put the product down, it doesn't go sliding off and ending up on the floor. And I know that because I've had that happen. The only thing I'm going to put on here is olive oil because I have it, 2 tablespoons of butter, salt and pepper. And we'll be able to put any extra butter and salt and pepper at mealtime on it. Okay, I had to wash my hands because I had salt all over them. So you just take your other piece of foil and place it on top and just get it wrapped up the best that you can. And I'm going to place it on this pan. This pan actually I got at the thrift store many years ago, and it's from a toaster oven, but it works great because see, it has the holes in there, and I sometimes cook chicken and pork chops and stuff on it with another sheet pan underneath it so that some of the drippings can fall through the holes. But I use it when I do the foil packets. I try to if it's not dirty, because it has the airflow for it when they are in the oven cooking. There it is. I'm going to just put it back into the freezer because I'm not ready for it, but I did just get it prepped so that my supper time is a lot easier for me. Nothing like a great comfort food to soothe the soul, right? I decided to pull out meatloaf for supper. So I have the meatloaf. I pulled out some of the freezer mashed potatoes that I had. I'm going to be making some of the brown gravy. I took out 2 of my canned green beans, got them in the crock pot. I have the gravy also made and put into the crock pot. And with the meatloaf, it was actually from January, so that needed to get eaten up. So today was the day. With the meatloaf, we're going to have fresh carrots and fresh cucumbers to go along with our meal. And the meal was fantastic. It was so good. I'm going to be making a box cake mix, and I'm going to be putting it into bundt pans. I'm trying to decide which hot chocolate to put in with the yellow cake. I've done this before in the past. I finally decided I'm going to go with the salted caramel. I'm going to put 2 packets of that in with the cake mix to just kind of give it a boost and use up some of that hot chocolate that didn't get drank up this winter. So I was having technical difficulty with my microphone. I'm just going to use a greater value yellow box cake, and I'm just saying that I'm going to follow the directions the way that it is on there, and I'm going to be adding the 2 packets of the hot chocolate mix in there with it. Give it a good mixing and then place it into the bundt pans. I've shown before on some of my other cooking videos how I prep my bundt pans so that they don't stick. Because I don't know about any of you, I've had bundt pans stick before. I just coat them really well. Then I just set them upside down in my sink. Might seem like overkill, but I'm telling you, if you've ever had to struggle to get a bundt cake out and then you've got it for an event and you end up like butchering it. So this is what I found that works for me. It might not work for you, but it works for me. Okay, I've got my microphone working now. This is new to me, so I had to do voiceover for part of this because technical error, and it wasn't the microphone. It was the operator. So now I'm just dividing this up between the two. Just going to follow the directions, and it says for like a fluted pan, it doesn't have the bundt pans on here. I'm going to go 30 minutes to start out with. So I'm going to go 15, and then I'm going to rotate my pans because, you know, I have two of them on here. So I want to try to get as much even cooking as I can. So 15 minutes at 350 to start out with, and then I'm going to turn them and do another 15, and then we'll go from there. Toothpicks coming out clean. I had them in there for, let's see, 15, 25, about 28 minutes. So now I'm going to let them cool in the pan for 5 minutes before I try to get them out and cross my fingers. They come out good. So again, technical difficulty. So anyway, I just loosen up what I think may stick in the pan with my offset spatula just a little bit. I try not to scratch that pan because you don't want to scratch Teflon. And so I get all that done, and then I put the rack on it upside down and then tip the bundt pan onto it, and they both came out beautiful. And that is the reason why I kind of do overkill with the release spray. So I'm going to make myself a smoothie, and a smoothie can be anything. And I just have this small little blender here. I have some of my home canned cranberry juice. You always want to put a liquid at the bottom. That'll help it blend. I'm going to put some honey, which this poor honey, I unsolidified it a while back, but it's solidified again. So I just put a little bit of honey in there for sweetener. I've got some Greater Value Greek yogurt with it's vanilla flavor. And then I let sit out. I took out banana and some strawberries from the freezer. All right, I'm gonna get this blended up. So for tonight's dinner, I need something simple. I'm doing some spring cleaning. So I took out the recent goulash that I just made. I took out some of my husband's freezer corn that he made this last summer. I took out some French bread, and we have carrots and cucumber in the refrigerator. So we'll be eating that for supper. I just need something simple, and this is why I made the freezer meals, was to use them while I was doing the spring cleaning so I didn't have to worry about what's for supper. So I'm just going to get that freezer corn. I defrosted it just enough so I can get it out of the bag. I'm going to get it into the crock pot and turn it on low and just keep an eye on it the rest of the day. So here's the goulash before I throw it in the oven. I'm going to put the foil back on top of it. I've got the garlic bread all ready to go. That'll go in after this has been cooking. It's probably going to cook for about 45 minutes, and then I'll check it and then take the foil off and let the cheese melt more on there and get a little bit of brown. And I still have the corn in the crock pot. So that's going to wrap up a few more meals that we ate this month. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want you folks to make it a really great day.